Well, Krista and Shauna had a moment of clarity this morning. Good job, women. Um, they basically, I'll go through the whole stream of events, but basically, they realize okay, so there's a bad guy in every single group that's holding the energy back and has been holding the energy back for the last 10 years. And there was a time where the energy invited Mr. Rione over my house. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just go with it. And they're like, clean your house. Mr. Rione is coming over. And I was like, okay, fine. And because I'm not usually lied to by spirit. Okay, I've been dealing with spirit my entire life. I'm not a newbie. I remember when everybody on social media was like, "Oh, I know you're new to this. I know you're new to spirituality and stuff like that." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, you fucking dumb bitches?" And it's so funny to me when people assume that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, it was during that time when they're like, "Oh yeah, you're just new to energy, but you'll get the hang of it or something like that, whatever." And what the fuck are you talking about? I've fucking dealt with spirit my entire fucking life. I've never left. I always took shamanic classes in the human terms and stuff like that. But anyway, so I always trusted spirit or God. This was obviously before I knew I was God. And so anyway, Spirit told me that he was going to come over my house one day and to clean my house. And so I was like, okay, fine. I cleaned my house and he never showed up. And I was like, what the fuck was that all about? Why did you guys say he's going to come over? And he didn't come over. I literally expect things to be worked out on the spiritual plane. And I literally expect humans to listen to spirit and him to magically come over my house, even though I just met him once at a party. I met him once at his event or whatever. I'm that dialed in, it works that well for me. It always has worked that well for me. I've always had men take care of me. I think I mentioned that my entire life. I've always had hot men take care of me. I've never been the type of girl that dates an old, ugly, nasty millionaire just to date somebody with money. I always date the cutest guy that I meet. Literally, he has to be the number one single cutest guy that I ever met. Oh, okay, and going backwards, I was saying it out loud to Alex. I was saying, "Come over my house, Alex. What's the problem? Drive from Sedona, get in your goddamn fucking car from Sedona, drive to LA to my house and hang out with me for the weekend or whatever. What's your problem? Just come over." And I've literally never been denied. And that's when it started getting weird when Alex said no. And I was like, why would you say no? What's the problem? And then anyway, Spirit said that Ryan was coming over. This was years later. And I cleaned my house and he never came. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is this happening? I don't get it. I've literally never had this problem before. What is wrong with you guys? And anyway, skip to current reality 2024. And we all found the problem in our groups. We all found the one out of line Palladian that exists in pretty much every single group there is. And he's called the resistant strain. And so he basically energetically stopped them from coming over my house and has been stopping them the entire time. And I guess going back to 2007 or 2009 or sometime around there, 2011, sometime around there, Ryan was also told to come and pick me up. And he couldn't get through it because of the same Palladian that has a problem with Alyssa living at will and is extremely jealous and wants to just block her from having the best life ever because of his extreme jealousy and like if he can't have her, nobody can sort of thing. Or if he can't decide how she lives, nobody can decide how she lives. And like sort of like that, like you have to be loyal to me. Like this is all like the same strain of resistance trained man. Like you need to be loyal to me, you need to listen to me, like basically just like a toxic like masculine macho man that thinks like the alpha male is in charge, all that kind of stuff. I kind of want to say once I met him it was game over because he totally changed my personality. This man that I dated that was supposed to put me out on the stage and say that I was the New World Order princess, and he said he went against protocol and he decided to be the man of the house, and he became extremely jealous and extremely needy. And my fun, crazy, outgoing personality, which you've seen on the screen all year long, he tried his best to delete her, make her quiet and demure and, whatever. So, so yeah, I guess it goes back to like 2009 or something like that. Um, when he tried to like ruin our lives then, and Ryan should have been allowed to come over and pick me up then, but he wasn't. And so yeah, so we should have been way experienced by now. I mean, 2009 to 2024, that's quite a bit of time, right? It's like 15 years. Is it 15 years or is it more than that? Is it 20 years? 24, 25 years? Let's see. 2024 minus 2009. 15 years. I think that's what I said. Um, so yeah, so 15 years, yeah, we should be quite experienced by now. I told you I married Alex and Ryan last year, so we are officially married. Given that spirituality is real and we account what happens in spirit as real. So I am actually married to Alex and Ryan, and I'm still not allowed to be with my husbands during Christmas. Like that's so fun for me. It's so fun. Okay, so yeah, we finally got to get married, and we're still not together in 2024, and which should have been over in 2009. But he just kept fighting, right? He kept fighting you, Ryan, and here we are. Sorry, my ex-boyfriend's a complete asshole and a complete idiot and a complete dick, and he thinks he rules the world because of it. So that's obviously a huge problem for all of us. So I probably was Asamu too. Asamu probably was supposed to come and pick me up. Right after we broke up, Asamu like came over to the store I was working at, and it was like I think it was just me and Asamu hanging out and talking. And then Julian came over and was like, "What are you doing here, bro?" Like he is, right? Like he's super jealous and like super needy and like super fake in charge or whatever. And I think I was like hanging out with Asamu and like talking to Asamu, and then Julian came over and Asamu was like, "What's going on with you two?" And I think Julian said something like, or I said like, "We broke up," and Asamu was like, "Awesome, that means I can date her now, Julian." And that should have been able to happen, right? If I lived at will, I should have been able to just been like, "Yep, I'm going to date Asamu now." But Asamu and I were both like, "Nope, can't do that because we got to respect Julian's feelings because that's offensive to him." And like, like he's such a baby about it. Like we can't like, you know, didn't work out with you, so let me give it a shot, man. You know what I mean? Like that's normal. That's normal, So, but like not in Julian's world, right? It's like it's way too hurtful. It's just way too hurtful for him. And he's the man of the house, and he's the occult priestess, right? That Elisa thought she was. Elise. Okay. He's the occult princess. He's the occult princess. Okay. He's the occult princess, not me. Right. It's like he's gearing up to like be a spiritual teacher. Like that's what he's like talking behind the curtain, like a spiritual teacher, and it's coming through all these actual spiritual teachers right now. And then I just like match his energy and talk like he talks like in a very specific way, Mr. Julian. And so that's the way talking works, by the way. It runs through the system and it goes through your clones. So anyway, the point of this conversation is that we should be experienced by now. I think I lost my fucking I think I lost my thing. I think I don't know. I have to find it. I think I left it in the bathroom and my mom put it away somewhere. Um okay. So that's what happened. That's the order of events that happened. And Krista and Shauna were like had like a moment of clarity this morning. They're like, "Oh my god, she would have already taken him away." Like, yes, I'm already married to him. Okay, I am married. I'm a married woman. Okay, I'm married to Ryan and Alex. Okay, what are you gonna do about it? Okay, we know how this works. Do you not want to believe your own religion? Aren't you in this? Aren't you in the spiritual fucking thing? Aren't you like fake married to Ryan? Right? Don't you know how spirituality works? Okay, or you want to say you don't believe in your religion now, Krista and Shauna? You don't even believe in your religion now, right? Because that means Ryan and Alex are married to Liz, right? Okay, again, we don't care. Okay, so I was robbed. I was robbed. I was robbed of this life. It should have been experienced by 2009. And Assam is a lot sweeter than Mr. Jealous Touch over there. He's got the jealous touch. Okay, he's messing up the whole goddamn crew in LA. Okay, that's my goddamn friend group you're messing with. Okay, that was my whole friend group. He stole my whole friend group from me in 2009. He stole my entire friend group. Right, tried to make me look like the bad guy. Sent me into a huge, deep depression where I experienced a lot of spiritual things in 2009. Okay, because of that. Because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. None of my friends like me no more. What did I do wrong? I had to get a whole new friend group. Okay, I didn't do anything wrong. Now I know that. Now I know I didn't do anything wrong. Um, that's when the making fun of the queen started. I mean, no, it started when I was a child. Let me get off of that. It started when I was a child. It was always like that because the out of line Palladian has always been in the mix. So that story goes backwards. Okay. So anyway, what we're really sad and what I really want to focus on is that we should be experienced by now. We should be experienced by now and we should have this shit in the bag and not be embarrassed to, our proclivities and to rule the world and to talking about this stuff out loud and using our mouths and to sticking up for the queen and all of that good stuff. Okay. I did throw up this morning. I actually threw up. Okay. I didn't get sick. I threw up. All right. We know what getting sick is now. Getting sick is like it's like a rushed bowel movement. That's what we call getting sick nowadays because of me. Because of me, Alyssa Janela, okay? That's not because of anybody else. It ain't because of the alpha male in the goddamn room, okay? It's because of me, Alyssa Janello. And I got a rushed bowel movement. I say I'm about to get sick. Okay. I let the crew know. Now y'all using it. I'm getting sick. Okay, you got a rushed bowel movement going on there. All right. I threw up this morning. I'm repeating myself because I'm reporting it. I might be Keith Lee as well right now, but I threw up this morning, okay? Um I did throw up this morning. I threw up on the porch this morning. Okay? That's how much this is affecting me. This conversation is affecting me so much, okay? It's not right. It ain't right what y'all doing to us. It's just not right, okay? It's not right. I deserve my goddamn husbands for Christmas. I deserve my husbands for Christmas, okay? All right, I just heard I'm saying, y'all, we're not experienced, so it might be, it might not be exactly what we want this Christmas, is what I'm saying, because we ain't experienced. We have 10 years, 15 years of non-experience being kind of experienced, but not really experienced. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so it might not be exactly because it's kind of on a script, but you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. Okay, I did try to show you something kind to help you out. Okay, so it's just the first thing that came to mind. Okay, it's not like that big of a deal. Okay, I mean you got Hayden Christensen reaching across the screen. All right, to start the freaking Egypt rites. Okay, so relax about it. Relax about it. Relax about it. Okay. We should have had the pyramids open by now. Okay. Me and Chris Evans, we own that goddamn pyramid. Okay. We own the pyramid in Egypt. Me and Mr. Chris Evans. Okay. That's the right one that y'all want. I heard you. That's what I'm talking about. You go back into human form and then y'all freak out a little bit. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure got you riled up, so I think that serves a purpose. All right, so okay, it's me, Mr. Chris Evans, having a laugh right now. Okay, we lived a very wholesome life, and we don't like it. Okay, we kind of lived a wholesome life. We like the wholesome part. Okay, what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. Okay, a lot of our proclivity scenes have been deleted from our life, and it's making people a little upset. Because you got that Adeline Palladian who's making them all go crazy about it, right? He's making them all go crazy about it. Okay, God. Yes, that actually happened in real life. Okay, the Isamu scene that I just talked about, that actually happened in real life. He actually said it right in front of Julian's face. Me and Isamu look at each other like, probably not. Probably not with this asshole around. Did that happen to Samu? Did that happen in 2008, 2009, something like that? Yeah, it did. It happened. Okay, that actually happened. Okay, we said it out loud with our mouth and we looked at each other like, I don't think so. That's going to be drama. We don't like drama in our life. We ain't a fan of drama. Okay, we're a fan of dating and making love, but we ain't a fan of drama. Okay. Do Samu and I think alike? He said it out loud with his mouth. He was ready to go. Julian said, I got to think about my choices. It's hot in my room. I'm sweating profusely again. I don't know if you can. Sweating. Sweating. It's hot. There's a castle. See, there's a castle on my shirt. I should be living in a castle by now, okay? It's 15 years later. 28 days later, 28 years later. It's 15 years later, okay? It's probably 28 years later from, 1997 or something. Let's see. Yep. 27 years later, okay? What date is it? It's December 10th, okay? It's 28 years later, bitches. It is 28 years later, okay? Welcome to the movies. Welcome to the movies, okay? Welcome to the show, okay? Um, yeah, so we started the Egyptian rites last night, okay? We started the Egyptian rites. Brandon walked into my room. Mr. Brandon Lee, that I'm married to, he walked into my room and we did start the Egyptian rites. We're starting slowly. It's a bit of a teaser and spiritual practice. Um, and I think then I just like fell asleep, right? And then I had this dream that I was like an office manager. Okay, like I'm working again. What do you know? Here I am. I'm working again. The Queen of England is working again. And I got a job as an office manager and I was getting paid $40,000 a year and again it wasn't enough money to support myself and I was talking to my coworkers about it and they were like I was like I need a raise and they're like yeah ask for 60,000 okay and I was like how do I go about negotiating a raise like that and I was talking to my coworkers about it and I was a little bit inept at my job I want to say because I was asking the lady for her email and she was saying it really fast and I couldn't type it fast enough and I got it all jumbled and I couldn't and then I was like oh they got a work email list let me see if it's on there. Yeah, I was like literally working last night. Okay. I'm at a job and I was working last night. I kind of want to say I was an office manager in Miami. That's what it felt like. I was like an office manager in Miami and I was thinking about my pay grade and I was thinking about a pay increase because it wasn't enough. And I was really worried about finances. I was super worried about finances last night. Then cut to another scene and it was Brandon again. And I don't remember the conversation, but I just remember Brandon saying, it is done. Either he's going home or we're going home because it's been enough and it was that conversation that I just had with you for 23 minutes about how this has been the same conversation since 1997 when Mr. Brandon Lee died and um, yeah it's been the same conversation since 1997 since Mr. Brandon Lee died and basically either he's going home or we're going home because he's that out of line. He knows he's out of line. He's been listening to this conversation since 1997. Um, and he knows this is real and he knows the Egyptian rites are real and he knows that, Alyssa walks amongst gods and not men and that we should be experienced by now. Brandon said we should be experienced by now. This is the same conversation since 1997. So we're going back 10 years from 2007 to 1997. With when Brandon had the same problem that I had with my boyfriend from the future at that point, right? Same type of person is out of line. Same type of person in the industry that um, stole him from his wife and stole his wife from him and didn't let her perform the rites on Earth. And so that's what he said. It's done. Either that he's going home or we're going home because this is done. We've had enough. We know this shit's real, and that made them all sick, right? That made them all sick because they were listening in to the Egyptian rites all night last night, right? They were listening into the conversation this morning, and they know that this conversation has been going on since I've been born, 1980. So, um, yeah, they're trying to wipe my mind right now. That means they're not letting me have my downloads, and that means it's a wrap for them. It's a wrap for them, okay? Because we should be experienced by now. It it's basically 25 years, 28 years, whatever, 44 years if you're counting my birth. That Earth should be uh, used to encountering aliens. They shouldn't be guessing. We shouldn't have the government guessing if there's aliens or not. They shouldn't be guessing if they're fucking drones or they're fucking spaceships from the space station. We shouldn't be guessing if these people are star people or not. Okay, Hayden's a star person, right? I shouldn't be guessing if I'm going to get Hayden for Christmas. Okay, that's when Miss Shauna Ava had her epiphany. Oh my God, she would have gotten him. Yes, I would have gotten him, Shauna. I don't know many times I've got to tell you that. I know who I am. I know I can have any guy on the goddamn planet that I want. Okay, I don't like to steal men from women, but you know what I mean. He's Link, so it's a done deal with that man. Like wrap it up. That's my man. Okay, that's my Link, and I don't give a fuck about no one. Okay, when it comes to my Link. Okay, so that should have happened already, and we should be extremely experienced, and we should be having a happy, holly jolly fucking Christmas, and we should be opening up the goddamn pyramids in 3D Earth, and that's why Brandon said it's done. Okay, he knows exactly what he's doing, and either he goes home or we go home. And I woke up with extreme confidence with y'all, and y'all are all sucking that back right now. Then I had a cigarette. I got extremely sick because y'all been listening to the Egyptian rites, and y'all are, and that made me sick to my stomach, and I puked on my porch. Okay. I puked on my porch and I got really sick. Okay, Colin deserves to have his fucking wife back. Okay, we know what we like, and it's not a negotiation with humanity anymore. Is what I'm trying to say. My dad said it's done. I trust Mr. Brandon Lee. Mr. Brandon Lee said it's done. Okay, it's done. They know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to talk me out of it again right now. Brandon Lee said it's done. It's done. Okay, why is it making you sick then? You know it's real. Okay, if it's making you sick, you know it's real. All right, you know it's real. That means I should have had Ryan back in, what year was that? 20, I don't know, 2021, something like that. Let me talk about this timeline. Yes, okay. He loves me. We're married now, okay, but yes, we were dating. I don't know how many times I have to say it. We were dating, okay? Um, like, you know what I mean? Yes, I would have stolen him in 2009, right? And he would have had no problem with this time. Like, you already heard TJR this morning. Listen, I'll invite Mr. Ryan over as well, okay? I like that dude. He's pretty cool. He's the fucking leader of the pack. Of course I want the fucking dude in my house. You know what I mean? Like, we know what we're talking about, and we're sad that we ain't super experienced, and it's got to go like a little bit slower and gonna be a little bit awkward and a little bit weird and whatever like that. Like, that's what we're laughing about this morning. But there's like a rhyme and reason to it. We're talking about how when Brandon comes in the front, we're all warm and cozy. That's when I think the unconditional love codes cover the world. When Brandon comes to the front, and then when Brandon goes to the back, Brandon goes to the background. Hayden goes to the space station. That's when me and Chris Evans wreck 3D Earth. Okay, that's when we wreck shit. Okay, when Mr. Chris Evans steps forward. Okay, that's the way it works. Okay, we know how it works. We know how it works, and we don't care about if you know how it works or whatever. But that's the base of how it works. Okay, that's the skeleton model. Okay, that's the ABC fucking outline. There's a lot of fucking little things in there, but that's how it works. Okay, They go to the background to hold the field. Okay. That's how it works. Okay. If Hayden wants to come to the foreground, he can probably come to the foreground, but um, then we need like somebody else to go to the background. You know what I mean? So that's how it works. Um, yeah. And Alex can do what he wants. Alex can roam free. That makes me so goddamn mad. Of course, I should be able to roam free, but that makes me so goddamn fucking mad that Alex ain't allowed to roam free as well. Like Alex is obviously like king gangster. You know what I mean? Alex is king gangster. He should just be living the life, doing whatever the hell he wants, right? Unless he has to like come to work for Sissy, right? Like he had to do it this year, right? I had to call Alex. Alex is about to go down. You got to go back to work. You know what I mean? Like I know we had basically like a year off or whatever, but sorry, baby, we got to work this year, and that's the way Alex should be living his life. He's my number one. Okay, so y'all got to get it straight. So anyway, that the conversation already started again in the morning, and that's why y'all are eating my confidence because the conversation's still going on. Like y'all didn't just hear Brandon Lee announce it is done, and we already started the Egyptian rites last night. My husband walked in. My husband walked in my room. Brandon walked in my room, and started the Egyptian rites with me. Okay, that means it's already started. The Egyptian rites are already started once again in a metaphysical manner. Okay, it should be completely physical by now. I don't know if Brandon's gonna get mad at me for saying that or not, but we'll find out. Okay, I'll let you know if Brandon gets mad at me for saying that. Um, yeah. So Queen of England's on the line. Krista, you want to talk to me? Krista's in line now, but I guess she. I mean, she wasn't really in line last time either. Like that's why all the crazy shit happened, right, Krista? She wasn't really in line last time. Um, in 20 whatever 17, 18, 19. She wasn't really in line. She was looking cute. She was dressing up for me, looking cute on doing her little broadcasts, with the aliens and stuff. But she wasn't like completely in line. She was saying like, "You're gonna die, Alyssa, from getting all these healings." I remember saying that to me, like, "What? What do you mean I'm gonna die from getting all these healings? I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want." Okay, that's not a line. That's not an in-line statement to say things like that to people, right? To say things like that to me. She knew she was talking to the queen then, right? And she wasn't in line then. That's why we were hating on her for a while. Like, we gotta get you in line, Krista. Okay, so yeah, and that's when I started like not liking girls and stuff. I'm like, what do you mean I don't like women on this planet? I love women. I mean, there's a lot of stupid women, but I always get like the best girlfriends, like friends that are girls, and I also always get the best girlfriends romantically as well. Like, what do you mean? Oh, she's just jealous. She's just a hater. She just hates women. I'm sorry you're ugly, but that has nothing to do with it. Okay, like let's just talk about it for what it is. Like I'm so sick of that goddamn crap. You know what I mean? Like I ain't jealous. Okay, I know what the fuck I offer to the fucking people. I mean, you know what I mean? I got the same face as Mr. Brandon Lee, but y'all want to just keep coming at me. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying to me. My brother's supposed to be living in married bliss this year. You know what I mean? That's pissing me off. That's really pissing me off. And guess who else that's pissing off? It's pissing off my husband, Mr. Brandon Lee. Okay. All right. So y'all 3 years, you can't. It's not up to your. It's not up to your decisions anymore. Like I think the last title from yesterday just set him over the top. Like I can't have a boyfriend. Like I'm supposed to be with TJR right now. I'm supposed to be living with TJR. Okay, this is not supposed to be happening. Like surviving on 2 packs of cigarettes and like I can't eat Burger King whenever I want. Okay, this is not supposed to be happening. You know what I mean? Like the out of line Palladian that exists in every single group. He's fucking up literally all of our goddamn lives. Okay, he's fucking up all of our goddamn lives. Um. Yes, I should be with TJR right now. There's an out of line Palladian that is pushing us away, and he's probably feeding TJR like negative thoughts about his girlfriend right now. And that's a shame because it's Christmas. It's Christmas, and I should be able to have what I want and do what I want. All right? I already told y'all, okay? Didn't I tell y'all when he goes behind the curtain, that's when me and Chris Evans wreck shit. All right, where the hell's been Brandon Lee all year? He's been behind the curtain. That's when haven't me and Chris Evans been wrecking shit all year long in his interviews and in my fucking interviews. Haven't we been wrecking shit all year long? Right? We've been wrecking your worlds, right? Making y'all laugh until you know what I mean. Laugh until you're a pile of mush on the ground. Okay, we're wrecking shit. That's how you wreck shit in a very kind, nice, polite manner. Okay, we got a friend intervention going on yesterday between Mr. Ryan Reynolds and Mr. Andrew Garfield. Mr. Ryan and I had to have a friend intervention with Mr. Andrew. I was like, Andrew, what happened to you? You used to be the sweetest guy in the world. What happened to you? Okay, do I know my people? I know my people across the screen. Okay, I know their personalities across the screen. Okay, I know Mr. Andrew has been one of the sweetest guys in the entire world. Okay, he had to help out a family member, and he's still in there. The sweetest guy ever is still in there, and that was a friend intervention. And then Mr. Andrew came over my house and was helping me yesterday. Um, and then I took a nap yesterday because y'all, I was sick. I got sick again yesterday. I felt like I was having a baby again. This happened last year, where I felt like I was going into labor, a phantom pregnancy. I felt that last year. And I felt it again yesterday. I felt like I was going into labor. Called my friends, called Mr. Chris Hemsworth. Um, it's sort of like a panic attack. It's sort of like a phantom labor. And then I took a nap, and my dream was Mr. Ryan Reynolds standing in a corner, arguing with himself in a light body. That was my dream. Mr. Ryan Reynolds has a light body, and he was obviously talking out loud, using his mouth, and I was remote viewing him because I'm Queen God, and I was remote viewing Mr. Ryan Reynolds using his mouth. And so when you use your mouth and when you talk out loud, you're in the light and you possess the light body, okay, and that protects you because people are trying to bomb you when you talk out loud with your mouth, and so you own a light body. Okay, so Mr. Ryan Reynolds has a light body, so that means he's a very spiritual proclivity person, even though he's in the public eye and a fancy famous millionaire, a famous celebrity, right? So or billionaire. Um, so he was arguing with himself in the shower. He said he was preparing for his interview with Mr. Andrew Garfield. We called it a friend intervention. Okay, he was preparing for that interview. Okay, was I in the shower with Mr. Ryan Reynolds? I didn't see anything. I just saw his light body. Okay, but I saw him arguing with himself. That was wow, what an amazing dream. I get to watch my friend argue with himself in the shower. All right. I want to say the gig is up, but y'all sucking my confidence back. But the Egyptian rites they have started, and I did puke this morning. That generally means it is coming. And I probably puked this morning so that I wouldn't hurt my little dog. I probably took that energy so that my dog wouldn't get sick because he usually, like I said, he usually gets sick before me. He got sick before me last year. And so I'm probably trying to embody it faster. And Mr. Brandon is helping me so it doesn't hurt my little doggy. Yeah, so two gods are starting the powerful Egyptian rites, and then Mr. Colin Farrell was in the shadows. They want to say Mr. Sean Matthews. I don't know who the fuck that is, okay? But I know who the fuck Colin Farrell is. Colin Farrell walked in and he was in the shadows. And he said, "Can I join you?" Of course you can join us, Mr. Colin Farrell. So we got one in the shadows, one in the light. And then me, the pretty, pretty princess of all, starting the Egyptian rites, okay? So there you go. There you have it. There's our story. There's a story for you. All right, I'm going to have my second cup of coffee. I'm probably going to have my second cigarette. I do feel sick. I do feel a little shaky. I do feel my confidence sort of waning. I called my father all night last night because I felt my confidence waning. When y'all wane my confidence, I call Max, I call Brandon. A lot of y'all are calling for the Max update. Um, and then like it was too bad, and they're like calling for the Brandon update. There is no Brandon update. Y'all can't be that stupid. Okay, there's no Brandon update. Okay, you can't just order. I'm gonna order the God update. I'm gonna just order it from the internet. It doesn't work like that. You don't understand how spiritual power works, okay? That's the problem with y'all. That's the problem with you. That's the out of line Palladian speaking to me across the screen saying it does work that. It does not work like that. Y'all are making my daddy angry, okay? It does not work like that. There's no Brandon update, okay? That's an illegal licensing fee. Same thing if you try to ask for the Alyssa update out of line, okay? That's not how spiritual power works. Okay, it's not how spiritual power works, okay? Um, so yeah. Y'all try to see, and then they try to get me to not trust Mr. Colin and Mr. Brandon. And they do that to me every year as well. They try to get me to not trust Mr. Colin and Mr. Brandon. Y'all do that to me every fucking year. Try to get me to not trust my goddamn husbands. You're doing it to me right now. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't trust that. It's probably the out of line Palladian, Alyssa. Did I hear you? I heard you. Okay, y'all always try to do this, okay? The call's coming from inside my house. That's why the call's coming from inside my house. And that shit pisses me off, okay? When y'all turn Mr. Colin and Mr. Brandon into Alyssa, that pisses me off, okay? Y'all are going crazy because of that. Y'all are going literally crazy because of that, okay? That's the fucking telepathy was all crazy last night when I was watching TV. It doesn't make sense or whatever. That's because y'all are going crazy and y'all are taking us with you. Because y'all can't accept the truth, okay? Spiritual power is the only real power in the universe. Why do you think Mr. Alex is Mr. King Gangster? Okay? Because spiritual power is the only power in the entire universe. Sometimes, and Alex usually has to come over and talk some sense into me, okay? I'm not joking. All right. Last night, the online was trying to talk some sense into me, right? Because it's my husband Brandon Lee, and that's the end of that story. Y'all are pissing me off so much. Y'all call Brandon Lee update to you. You call him Brandon Lee to possess you. He can easily pull himself out of you. Okay, that's the truth. You don't have to say sorry to your wife, Mr. Ryan. All right, Mr. Ryan's trying his goddamn best. Okay, that's why y'all piss me off. Okay, there he is, right there. That's a cute little man right there. All right. Y'all got the nice people trying to like apologize to me. Okay, that's not the apology we're looking for. That's a sweet man. We know, Ryan, you're sorry. Okay, we know you're a crybaby. Okay, we know that. We know you have the best heart in the entire world. He ain't the problem. Y'all pissing me off. We know who the problem is. It's the Adeline Palladian in every single fucking group that thinks he's the alpha male of the group. Thinks he's in charge of the group. Okay, trying to break up me and Asamu over time and space. Okay, Asamu's a happa. It's the same thing as Brandon Lee, okay? Do you guys know what a Hapa is? Or y'all stupid Americans out there? Hapa is half Asian. I want to say Hapa is half Asian, half white, because you got the Blackasian. I'm sorry, I'm laughing with my friends. I am laughing with my friends when I do stuff like that, okay? But yeah, you get the. I think Hapa actually means partially Asian, and there's like a book about it or whatever, and there's Blasian or Blackasian or Asian mixed with the whatever. But in my mind, Hapa, and I'm the queen, right? I'm pretty sure I'm the queen. Um, in my mind, Hapa is half Asian, half white. So it can be half Korean, half white, half Japanese, half white, half Chinese, half white, like Mr. Brandon. To me and me, that's what I am too, guys. It's just coloring. It's just coloring. I mean, right, Mr. Brandon. I'm Mr. Brandon, right? That means I'm half Chinese, half white. Okay. I got gypped. I didn't have those Cantonese experiences, and I'm a little upset about that. Okay. And apparently, we have a whole timeline where we lived in China and Hong Kong, and we traveled together and did a bunch of cool stuff over there and cooked a lot of fucking Szechuan. Okay. I know what I like to eat. Okay. Um, a lot of dumplings. Okay. Are you listening? Are you listening, Philadelphia? Are you listening, Chinatown, Philadelphia, right now? As I'm water in my mouth over all the Chinese food that y'all have there right now. You're cooking it this morning. Should be cooking it for the queen. Okay, that's another thing me and Brandon were talking about last night. Okay, I'm not joking. Brandon knows his wife. Okay, Brandon knows his wife likes food. Okay, we went to Chinatown last night in our minds, Chinatown, Philadelphia, and he was like, it starts with an apartment. It starts with a free apartment in Chinatown. Then it trickles out to the restaurants. The restaurants start giving her free food. Then it goes out to the shops, right? Then it goes out to the shops. Then it goes out to the whole city. Then the whole city is covered in light because they're starting to listen to Alyssa, and then she can eat her proclivities away, right? Starting in City Hall, starting in Chinatown, uh, starting in City Hall, probably because Brandon and I are going to elope there. City Hall, Philadelphia. Um, but it starts in Chinatown, Philadelphia, right? Alyssa can eat all the dumplings she wants every single goddamn day. Alyssa likes a dumpling, okay? Alyssa likes some dim sum, very much some. I'm so stupid. Okay, but anyway, um, yeah. So, right. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Um, so I don't know. We can come up with a cool name for it when you're when you're half Chinese, half indigenous, half what is it again? What the rock is? Um, what the rock in Hawaiian, indigenous Hawaiian. What the fuck is that called? What Moana is, and Jason Momoa. Samoan. When you're half Samoan and half Chinese, you can come up. We can come up with a name for it. I don't know. We can just call it Hapa. Okay, I don't know. Half indigenous. That's another one though. Half indigenous, half Chinese. That's a pretty cool mix, if I do say so myself. Okay. Um. So anyway, I think they're talking you out of it. Is what I think they're doing. Um. Yeah. So that was another thing that Brandon put into my piggy bank last night. Being taken care of by the Chinese in Philadelphia. That would be so nice. Oh my God, the sesame chicken over there is so goddamn good. God damn it, I just want that sesame chicken in the dump. I want a dim sum and some sesame chicken. Okay. Um, so I think that's about it. Brandon said it's done, so it's done. I said it was done last year, right? I think was that last year, Rion? I don't remember. Was that last year or the year before? I think that was last year when I said that it's done, and then it was Alyssa and oh, I'm sorry, it was Jean Grey and Scott Summers having a kiss in front of a robot, in front of a transformer. That is quite the interesting scene. That's what I remember. After I said it's done, that's my vision blew up. It's like a real vision. And then it was Jean Grey and Scott Summers and a robot. Um, so yeah, I mean, and then Brandon went crazy. He was like, it's her video game. She gets to decide how many men she wants and women she wants. It's not your video game, Scott Summers. I don't know how many times we have to tell you that. Ain't your video game, okay? She ain't gonna marry you and just be monogamous. Like, she gets to do whatever she wants. Let's see what the day holds. I mean,